Welcome to Fkaira channel. In this video I will share with you how did I become a documentary filmmaker, and also how can you become a documentary filmmaker if you would like to. When I started, I actually never thought of myself as a director because I don't have the courage. All my elementary school reports said that I'm shy and I'm introvert, and I thought that this is contradicting with being a director or someone who's all the time talking to people, directing them what to do. I was at that time just writing stories, and my stories were winning some competitions, published in some magazines, and I will leave in the description box some links of the books I wrote so far. But in 2005 I had an idea, and this idea was not just to be written. I wanted to document it because it was in the real life. It was about people at the end of their lives when they are like 70, 80 years old, and how they look back to their lives, and what do they see the meaning of life, if there is a meaning. And I thought that this topic is actually not so popular, maybe not many people would be interested. So I thought, okay, I'll just write it, put it aside until I find one day a director who would think the same like me and would be excited to film such a topic. In the same year, I read in one of the magazines that the Spanish embassy in Cairo is organizing a low-budget documentary filmmaking workshop, and they are looking for people. So the only condition for applying is that you should have an idea, and I had this idea, so I applied with it, and I was one of the lucky people who won this free workshop. The workshop was about 10 days. 9 were theoretical things, so I don't remember any of them, just film Baraka, which I found it fascinating. So if I found the link on the YouTube, I will leave it in the description box. And there was one day practical where we went from 9 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock at night filming, interviewing people and switching roles. I once used the camera, I once used the lighting, and it was very exciting and very interesting. I didn't feel the time at all, and it encouraged me to go and face people and talk to them. And my first victims were my students. I was teaching in a school at that time, and I made my first documentary with my students. It's called Kids Talk, and you can watch it on my other channel, Unique TV. And the film was published on the BBC website. It was also screened at the Chashama New York Film Festival. My brother lives in New Jersey, so he went there and he introduced the film, introduced me also. And it was also screened at the Sakya Film Festival in Cairo. And I heard people talking about it in the screening and how that they like it, and also it was funny, so they were laughing, and all this encouraged me actually. And I want to tell you that I made a course on Skillshare. It's just to make you get the courage, like I did, to film your first documentary. So it's a very short course. And I will leave a link in the description box. This link will give you subscription for 3 months on Skillshare for just 99 cents. If after 1 month, 2 months you were not satisfied, you can stop the subscription. I will just lose this 99 cents. Why I chose Skillshare is that they care more about the practical side. So every course has a project, and in my course also you will find a project to make a film, to film your first documentary. So I hope you check it out, and I hope this will be your chance to start filming. After I made the Kids Talk, I used at that time a camera that was made in China. It was experimentation, so it wasn't working very well. I had to return it many times because it had problems, and then at the end they just refunded me. So I made Kids Talk with really zero budget. After that I bought another camera, home video camera. It works with tapes, And I was at that time in Sharm el-Sheikh city by the Red Sea, and I started filming. My idea was to film a long documentary. Like, can I make a long documentary? And all this was for me experimentation, because I had no idea about how to edit, what formats, nothing. I was just experimenting. So I tested myself, can I make a film that is long documentary? And because I was in Sharm el-Sheikh at the time, I made Sharmar. I will also leave a link for it in the description box. It's the first film that shows the life and the people in Sharm el-Sheikh, because Sharm el-Sheikh is a touristic city. Majority of the films made are just about the beach and how that you have many hotels and touristic attractions. But this film is about the real life in Sharm el-Sheikh. So it took me 4 years to make this film, because it was just a hobby. So if one day I'm not in the mood for filming or shooting, I don't do it. If I met someone interesting, okay, let's shoot. If someone told me that this person was the first one who came to Sharm el-Sheikh, he's the first one who opened the diving center, so okay, maybe I can meet him. He's now a big businessman, but can I meet him? I find that's really not so difficult. So it was like this, and so after 4 years, the film ended with the revolution, and in 2012 it was screened in the cinema of Sharm el-Sheikh. It was, of course, covered by all the media in Sharm el-Sheikh. I was also interviewed in the Egyptian television, so I'll leave a link in the description, but it was in Arabic. But based on Sharmar, I was selected to have a scholarship to make a master degree in documentary filmmaking. And I will leave a link in the description box for this scholarship. It's still open if you want to apply, and I leave all the details. I explained it, what is needed and everything to apply. And so 2 years I was doing my master's in Europe in documentary filmmaking. I was filming in different countries, and now I'm preparing for what I can say my first real film, which is based on the idea I had in 2005 about the meaning of life. And I'm looking at the moment for people who changed their religion, people who are, let's say, in their 60s, 70s, or at late age. Maybe, okay, I can compromise for younger people, but I'm looking for people who converted from one religion to another. So if you have any suggestions, if you want to know more about this project, you can check also the description box. I will leave a link for it. And that was my story with documentary filmmaking, and I hope also that the suggestions I talked about will help you to start also making your first documentary. So see you in a coming video.